This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in one of two locations, and I've seen Your Place or Mine, a new romantic comedy from director Aline Brosh McKenna. It's not very romantic and not very comedic, but I'll get to that later. The movie follows Debbie and Peter, two friends who hook up once and somehow remain best friends for 20 years afterwards. They hope to reunite when Debbie plans to complete her accounting degree in New York, but when her babysitter cancels, Peter offers to fly out to Los Angeles to watch her son for the week. Living in each other's homes, they soon find that despite being best friends, there's a lot that they don't tell each other, from Debbie's eccentric groundskeeper to Peter's unpublished novel. As the week draws to an end, they soon realize that they may have something to say to each other they've also been denying for years. Yeah, this gets pretty schmaltzy after a while. The story itself is nothing too surprising, playing it safe and rarely ever taking any risks. The first act is probably the most creative that the story ever gets, as it sets up Peter and Debbie's relationship and their places in life, and basically what is meant to separate this story from other rom-coms. When it moves into the actual meat of events, the save the cat energy ramps up and things start to get predictable. I'd almost go as far as to say that the movie outright gets noticeably worse when it moves into the second act. Or at least the writing gets lazier when it does, almost seeming to establish a pattern between advancing the subplot and advancing the overarching story, or, well, trying to advance the comedy and then the romance. But, like I said, the movie isn't really all that romantic or comedic. It has the right elements, I suppose, but it doesn't actually work out in practice, partially because of the unimaginative writing and the laziness in this story, and also because of the overall acting direction. Half the time it feels like someone is trying too hard to be funny or play into an archetype, and other times it seems as if they don't even want to be here in the first place. Honestly, I can understand why that might be the case. Anyways, the rest of the film's production value is pretty much par for the course, and nothing very spectacular at all. There's the usual mix of outdoor locations and indoor set pieces, though they do blend in well enough together. One location is pretty clearly a set piece, though, no matter how hard they try to hide it. Cinematography overall is nothing special, staying grounded to this world, much like how the story is supposed to be. The other technical aspects of the film are also not at all exciting, and in a way a surefire indication of the overall laziness of the production, if the boring script work and unenthusiastic acting weren't enough of a sign. At the end of the day, it's a film made for a date night where you just want to get out of the house more than anything else, and as such, it doesn't ask much from you, other than however much a ticket costs nowadays. I didn't pay to see this, so I got my money's worth. Your Place or Mine, Aline Brosh McKenna, 2023. 1 star. I wouldn't recommend seeing it, not even on one of those date nights I just mentioned. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I suppose I can point to this as an example of how not to write a romantic comedy. The biggest lesson to be learned from this mess of a movie: write your characters with actual chemistry beyond having hooked up once.